Well, Ukraine's president is appealing to the West for more weaponry to prevent the further bombardment of civilians. As we mentioned, the Azovstal steel complex in Mariupol is in the grip of particularly heavy fighting this week. The commander there says Russia broke a pledge to allow civilians to leave today. Inside the plant, Ukrainian troops try their best to lift morale. Soldiers there singing the battle hymn of the Ukrainian army. The words, "It is sweeter for us to die in battle than to live in chains as dumb slaves." Wow, Scott Mclean has more on all the developments on the ground and joins us from the Ukrainian city of Lviv. Scott, good to have you with us. So this bloody battle it continues at the complex, according to a Ukrainian commander inside that steel plant. What does this all mean for the hundreds of civilians still inside?
Well, just a few hours ago, Lynda, we learned that help is on the way. This is according to the UN Special Envoy for Ukraine, who says that a humanitarian convoy is en route to the city, expected to arrive tomorrow morning. Now, we've seen this before. There was a successful evacuation mission that managed to get people out on Sunday, who arrived in Zaporizhzhia successfully on Tuesday. The UN Special Envoy says that they are going straight for the Azovstal steel plant to get people out of what he calls a bleak hell. Now, nothing happens quickly. The last time that this happened on Sunday, when more than 100 people were able to get out, this mission was actually announced by President Zelensky 2 days earlier, but we heard almost nothing. So in this case, perhaps because Ukrainian officials don't want to say anything to jeopardize the success of the mission, in this case, no news is good news. But there is intense fighting on the ground. That is according to soldiers there, who say that the Russians have not held up their end of the bargain, or what they said that they would do, which was to cease fire today, tomorrow, and Saturday to allow civilians to get out. There are no signs that that has actually happened. The Ukrainians say that the Russians are actually trying to storm the plant on the ground. The Russians deny this. Either way, the Ukrainians say they would very much like to get civilians out of there, and not just the civilians, but also the many, many wounded soldiers as well, who one deputy commander of the Azov regiment says are dying in agony. Lynda?
Yeah, and in terms of a Ukrainian nurse, I understand you spoke to in the eastern part of the country, got married in the midst of all this horror.
Yeah, so this is a pretty amazing story. We spoke to this young couple. They're 23 years old, and they just had a video of their first dance in a hospital room go absolutely viral. Well over 1 million people viewed this video online. And the reason being is because the bride has lost, just recently, at the end of March, 4 fingers on her left hand and also both of her legs. And so her groom decided that it was important to make sure that she knew that he was committed to her for the long term, and so they got married. Victor and Oksana are their names. We got to speak to them, and their story is remarkable. They live in a city called Lysychansk. It's in the eastern part of Ukraine, and it was a normal day in March. They were actually going to try to line up for humanitarian aid because there had been fighting in that area, when they took a path back to their home that had been mined. And she recalls seeing what was left of a shell, a Russian shell in the ground. She called over her now husband to look at it, and suddenly she had managed to step on a landmine. And she remembers looking down, feeling like her legs were in a pit, and then looking down and realizing she didn't have any legs at all. And what was even more amazing is that the ambulance, when it showed up less than 10 minutes later, they wouldn't retrieve her. They wouldn't retrieve her despite the fact that she had just lost both legs, because they were worried about going into that area that was potentially mined. So her now husband actually went and got the stretcher from the paramedics and went in himself, got her out of there. On the way to the hospital, she was unconscious, and she remembers saying that she didn't want to live at that moment. They have 2 children together already, and she didn't want to see her kids to see her disabled. Obviously now the situation is different. She realizes that she's going to be going to Germany very soon to get prosthetic legs, and the future is manageable. The future is really bright for her, actually. The thing that she's struggling with is the fact that she's in Lviv now receiving treatment. Her children are now staying with their grandparents back east, but their story is so inspiring. One of the other more practical reasons, Lynda, that they had to get married is so that Victor could accompany her to Germany to actually get these prosthetic legs put on, because of course right now fighting age men are not allowed to leave the country. But it is no wonder why that video of them having their sort of impromptu first dance after their legal marriage went so viral.
Yeah, an uplifting moment in the midst of all this chaos. We wish that family all the very best. Scott Mclean, good to have you with us from Lviv.